Well, good morning, Year 12, and welcome to your tutorial. I am quite sad that we are back in lockdown because I don't get to, sit and watch you guys sit in tutorial in silence. What I would like you to do is just keep a record of any of the work that we do in tutorial. Just do it for me on paper, and then, once we're back in school, you'll be able to get it glued into your tutorial books. So today's tutorial then is about what options are available to you for after sixth form. So there are many things that you could do. You could look into having a gap year. You could think about going straight into work. You could have a think about studying overseas or going to university in England or Scotland or Wales. You could have a look at apprenticeships. There's all sorts of things that are available for you to do. So, our objective today is to have a look at the different post-18 options that are available to you after you leave the sixth form. So, first thing that I want you to do is to have a think about what your current ideas are for what you'd like to do after you leave high stores. What sort of things are you going to need to do to achieve this goal? So I'd like you to pause the video here in order to write down your answers. Once you've written down your answers, don't forget to press play again. So, as I said, there are loads of different options. So have a really good think about this flowchart that is available here. What I would advise for you to do is to make sure that you full screen the video and also pause the video to make sure that you get a really good look at all of the different options that are available and what you think will be best for you as well. So please feel free to pause the video in order to go through the flowchart. So this would normally be a discussion task that we would do. Obviously you guys would all be sat in silence while I pull my hair out. So I want you all to think individually now about the different pros and cons of different post-18 options. So I'm going to want you to make a pro and con list for each one of these four options that are here. So for apprenticeships, for example, you might say that a pro is that you could start earning some money for a pro. However, a con of that might be that you don't get to feel the sort of the independence that perhaps a gap year or a job might bring, just as an example. So make sure that you have a good think about all of these different options. Make a pro list and a con list for each option. So pause the video here and have a good think and give yourself some time to write your answers down. Alright, so on Unifrog then, the activity that I want you to do is in your know-how library. I want you to search for apprenticeships, gap years and universities and just have a read of some of the articles. Obviously you want to be reading the ones that are of interest to you primarily now. And then once you have done that, once you've read a couple of the articles, there are some videos here about alternatives to university. Now, this will definitely interest some of you. So I do want you to make sure that you take the time to have a look at these if this is something that does interest you. And then finally, your homework. So your homework, I believe that you're going to have a fortnight to complete this. You need to be going on to Unifrog, and in the Managing Applications section, I want you to complete your initial post-18 intentions. Once you've completed it, can you please make sure that you send it to your tutor, who I believe is listed as Miss Johnson rather than me, Miss Allen. Miss Johnson maybe putting a thumb down at this one. And then finally, as one last activity for you to do, here is a video. If you click on the link, it is a Will Smith motivational video. If this is something that has interested you, there are some other videos here that are to do with counterintuitive careers advice. There are 10 videos in the playlist, but the one that we would most recommend to you is the grit talk, if you can find that one. Okay, everyone, I hope that you have a nice lockdown, and I will speak to you at some point in the future.